Thank you, Brian and Aaron, and hello, everyone. Fox cranks up the second season of American Grid on June 11th. WWE superstar John Cena oversees this series, where 17 people from all over the country head to Hampton Island, Georgia, and challenge their physical abilities to the max. At the end, one will take home $250,000. Now, 6 of this year's participants come from the New York metro area, and in a few moments, you'll meet the threesome who call Brooklyn home. But first, let's head to Hampton Island for a taste of grit.
They're teams of ordinary people. All right, now we're ready to go. These civilians have been put through what we call evolutions.
There you go.
Every second counts here. Challenges based on military training. In the last evolution, the teams took to the water.
Why are you going in circles? Pick it up.
On Fisherman Claire's prowess, Team Noah took the lead.
You need leverage? Figure it out.
And despite being down a man, Team T made it a fight to the finish.
They came in strong. It was a proud mama moment.
But it was not enough.
And now, front and center in our studio, we welcome contestants Melanie Mahanna. Melanie, welcome to BK Live.
Thank you so much.
And Shermon Braithwaite, welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
And finally, Michael Wilson-Morgan, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Melanie, we'll start with you. What made you decide to become a contestant?
I was getting out of a 5.5-year relationship and realized I needed my own adventure.
What did you want to prove out of going from such a relationship like that to doing something where you were going to be tested physically and mentally?
Well, I had been so used to being someone's partner that I hadn't really had my own adventure in a while, and so I needed to refine that grit and challenge myself, and I like physical activity, and I wanted to see, what I was made of.
Sherman, similar situation where you said, okay, this is my avenue, this program to overcome something in my life.
Yeah, when I got on the show, I didn't know we had teams. That's one. And when I found out that I had a team, I was like, damn. So the reason why I got on the show is because I felt like I can do anything by myself. And I felt like I don't need anybody by my side for me to get it done. So the show really helped me out in a positive way. And when I realized that I got on American Grid, I'm like, all right, I'm very competitive. I like to win. I like to do stuff by myself. But, you're going to see what happened later on.
No spoiler alerts here. No spoiler alerts. Sorry, BK Live gang. You got to watch Fox starting June 11th to find out. Michael, similar situation or something totally different?
Somewhat similar. I come from a background in which I'm an artist, so I'm usually working on my own, and for the past 15 years I've been doing the same mundane job over and over and over again, and I kindly lost the joy of that job, which is working as a freelance artist and finding the joy in design. And so I needed to kindly go into a situation where I just lose all control and just see what happens. And throughout the process, I kindly discovered that joy of design again.
And where do you find the joy, though? Do you find it in the fact that you have to have your skills tested? Or is it the fact that because the way this competition works, you have to prove yourself as part of a team first, and then ultimately as an individual?
Somewhat both in the same. I mean, where Sherman is coming from, I had this mentality, if you want something done right, you got to do it your damn self.
Oh, yeah.
And
see?
eventually that wears you down to a point that you're exhausted, and then you start to resent the work that you're doing, and then all of a sudden I had, perhaps this family that I could lean up against and help me through a process, help me through anything. And I found the joy in the fact that I love problem solving, I love adventure, I love challenges. Here goes a point where every single day was a mind roast, and you had no clue what was happening next.
No clue.
Usually, Melanie, competitions like this go for geographic diversity, whether you have contestants from our neck of the woods or Los Angeles or Texas or up in the Midwest. It's very unusual for nearly half the contestants, there are 17, 6 are from the New York metro area, but 3 from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Were you surprised when you learned that 2 of your fellow competitors from the same borough you are?
Yes, I was surprised, but I'm I quickly was like, yeah, because Brooklyn's incredible. And, Brooklyn has a lot of heart. And I think the three of us had that bond instantly. Like, where are you from? Oh, we're all from the best
What
borough.
neighborhood?
I'm from Clinton Hill.
And Sherman?
I'm from Brooklyn. Well, you know what? I have to say something.
Okay. You got the floor.
I was, actually, when I found out they were from Brooklyn, I was hating on them. For a fact, I wanted to be the only guy from New York, from Brooklyn, to be in that building. But you know what? It was, it was a relief after a while. I could speak the slang that I wanted to speak with them. You know what I'm saying?
And what neighborhood? What neighborhood?
Brooklyn.
Just
Where in Brooklyn?
Bed-Stuy, Bushwick.
Okay, Betsy.
Yeah.
What neighborhood? And Michael, what
Park
neighborhood?
Slope.
I'm there too, so
Yep.
totally got that. Sherman, once you and your fellow competitors got into Georgia, what was the toughest thing about adjusting to the competition? Adjusting not only to how you fit in as a team, but also the individual challenges themselves.
Adjusting, it didn't really work. For me, I like to work by myself. And I don't even know these people in the house. There's a lot of crazy people. There's a lot of, that's what I thought. But as I get to know them day by day and the challenges started to look, real hectic, and I'm like, okay, I need a team. I need to actually rely, because I cannot do this by myself. So I realized that after the second day, so yeah.
Melanie, what mentoring did your team members give you about how you deal with these challenges, deal with this environment, deal with your fellow contestants?
Honestly, they gave me, just wonderful encouragement, but it was a conversation I had with John Cena that really helped me. I had trust issues when I got to camp, and I really struggled with that. And Cena and I had a really incredible conversation where he gave me this rope analogy, give people your rope. And he was like, Melanie, you give too much of your rope. You're not valuing it. Mm-hmm. He's like, give a little bit and see what they do with it. And if you don't like what they do, pull it back in. Mm-hmm. And so that's advice I still use to this day.
Mm-hmm. Michael, did you get similar advice when dealing with your challenges with this?
I did. I actually had a hard time finding my place at the start, but once I did, I was able to take that knowledge and run with it. And going there, I wanted to test my creativity and my imagination on top of everything else, and everyone was allowing me to do that. And so I really got to shine at some points in time doing what I love to do, and that was helping me find my joy again of what I wanted to create and find that grit again.
What advice, let me flip the question, what advice did you give to another contestant when it was called for, because of your experience as an artist?
It wasn't so much as an artist, it was so much as living my life. I happened to come out as a homosexual when I was quite young, and that was very parallel to another member of the cast in that he wasn't so much coming out of the closet, he was trying to explain to his parents he wanted this life of adventure. He wanted not to go to medical school, he wanted to live his life, and he happens to celebrate this adventure. And so me coming out to my parents was somewhat of a parallel, and I was able to explain my story of coming out, and he was able to take that and kindly run with it.
Two coming out adventures at the same time.
Exactly.
Let me go around the horn. Melanie, I'll start with you. And of course, no spoiler alerts.
Okay.
What was the biggest thing that it seems that all these competitions, if there is a commonality to it, is transformation. People get transformed. The environment gets transformed.
Yes.
Even the hosts get transformed by what they deal with. What was sort of like your transformational state that you got out of being on this program?
I learned how to trust again. I learned how to let people in, and I also realized my strength as an individual.
Sherman?
Well, I had I had a great wall of China. You could call it that. And
imagining
my
that
wall
right
was
now.
like thicker than a brick. You feel me? So I was always seeing that everybody always wished bad on you, always wanted the worst for you, and not everything is true, because I met one of his castmates and I thought he was fake the whole trip, and after that I said, I started realizing who he really was, and he was really that genuine person. So it showed me that people can be really, real kind to you.
When you get down to the nitty-gritty. Michael, quickly, a few seconds.
I learned that it's not all about just me. There's other people involved, and they are there to help. And it's better to work in a collaboration than it is to work solo.
And we will leave it there, and we will let the audience see what you folks go through starting a week from Sunday on the local Fox station, including Channel 5 here. Melanie, Sherman, Michael, all the best to you. Thanks for being here on BK Live today.
Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome. And all of you can see the opening chapter of American Grit. That's next Sunday, June 11th at 9 p.m. on WNYW-TV Fox 5 here in New York. If you're catching us right now on YouTube, you can catch Grit on your local Fox station and learn more about the series and all 17 contestants at www.fox.com. Something else American is American Epic, the PBS miniseries about an unusual musical chapter of the 1920s. It concludes tonight on many public television stations. Director Bernard McMahon will stop by tomorrow, be televised 2 hours from now. We'll also preview Split Screens Festival, the new TV showcase starting Friday here in New York at the IFC Center, through program director, host, and popular TV critic Matt Soller-Zeiss. All this and more, 3 p.m. on Blog Talk Radio. And next Monday right here on BK Live, we'll celebrate 30 years of POV, the PBS award-winning documentary showcase that operates right here from Dumbo. Executive producer Justine Nagan joins us to highlight the anniversary season that begins on June 26th. And now let's go back to Brian Aaron and find out what we've got coming up tomorrow, gentlemen.